All right, welcome once again to the Emir Sirdam show. It's a privilege to have every one of you listening in, tuning in from every part of the world. This is the Emir Sirdam show where we talk about politics and issues that have to do with every Nigerian, African, and every well-meaning human being in the world. Welcome to the second episode of the Emir Sirdam show. I'm just going to start with a whole lot of gratitude to every single one of you that is currently watching me. Thank you so much to every one of you that joined or watched the last episode of this show. I read through every comment on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook, on X, hundreds of comments. I'm so grateful to every one of you. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you to everyone that subscribed. Thank you to everyone that liked, turned on your notifications, that have followed across all these platforms. Honestly speaking, I am overblown by the love you guys have shown me. Thank you so much. I never envisaged it's going to turn out this way. I thought it was probably, how will these people take this whole stuff? Sirdam coming out on camera, Sirdam showing his face, and damn. Man, the love has been massive. Thank you so much, guys. I am so grateful. I cannot express how much I am thankful to every one of you. It's like a booster to me to know that what I'm starting right now is actually something that is meant to have been started a very long time ago. But it's never too late. Thank you guys one more time. As I always say, Asante Sana, Sinaponga, Dalu, Nagode, Oshe. In every language that you can listen to me, thank you so much, guys. The Emir Sirdam show is back, and this is the second episode, and I hope this is more exciting than the previous one. And I hope we get to learn something from this episode. I hope we get to learn how I think. I hope we get to learn how to think for yourself. That's the most important thing for me, is me saying my opinion on how I feel. Necessarily, you might not agree with what I say, but at least it is an avenue for you to go check what is this guy saying and think for yourself and probably come up with your own postulation. But before I jump in, I will always remember a wise man once said, change doesn't happen overnight, and change will never happen if you and I do not partake in it. And with that, I officially welcome you all to the Emir Sirdam show. Let's have a wonderful conversation. Today, I will be talking about a deadly cult that has enveloped Nigeria, an evil cult that have taken over the helms of affairs in Nigeria, an evil cult that its mantra is to kill, to steal, and to destroy. Everything it touches turns to dust. Everything that associates with it becomes a cancer. Today, I will be talking about that cult and its legion of slaves. Maybe I don't even need to even go further, man. If you're a deep, you might not even need to be a deep thinker. If you're a shallow thinker, you already know what I'm talking about. Well, for the outside audience and for those that probably are not Nigerians that will be wondering, which cult is this guy talking about? I'm talking about no any other cult but the cult called APC. A gathering of vultures, vermins, criminals, evildoers. A gathering that was created and formed to destroy the entity called Nigeria. That's the cult I'm focused on today. And it's legion of slaves, because it has a legion of slaves, and I'll be putting out some of them here for you to see for yourself. APC is a cult that was never meant to have happened. It's a gathering of evil people that was never meant to have happened, but it did happen. And ever since the inception of that evil cult, ever since it stole its way to power in Nigeria, Nigeria has been sinking. And on today's show, I'm going to be bringing back Nigerians to the reality, because I always say this all the time. Nigerians, and I think Africans in general, we have a very short memory span. We tend to forget so quick. And that's one of the major reasons why bad governance thrive in Africa and in Nigeria. Bad governance thrive because our people tend to forget so quick. And that was the reason why the formation of APC even happened in the first place. And I'm not going to come out and say and sound like every single person that was in the formation of APC was evil or had bad intentions. No. There were people that genuinely felt like we needed a change at a point in time in the country. Why? Because there were so many things happening in the country as of then, especially insecurity, that was really holding down the economy of the country, holding the country down the hostage, bomb blasts and everything. Yes, even if I want to dive deeper to tell people, if I want to dive deeper into this and share probably my own opinion, which I feel is that all those insecurity were created by the same evil people in the APC just to seize power. It might sound controversial, but that's what I think. And if I choose to go deep in, you understand why I say that's what I think. And probably you might see and understand that this guy is making some sense. APC as a party was formed, I think, 2012 or 2013. And with their whole agitations and everything, led them to hijacking power from the incumbent government of Jonathan Goodluck in 2015. Everything was pointing towards a Nigeria that was stable economically, a Nigeria that was on the rise economically to be one of the greatest forces in the world. It was even estimated as of 2015 by CNN Business, Nigeria was going to be among the first 5 strongest economies or emerging economies. So there was a projection seeing that the growth at which Nigeria was taking, economically wise, we were going somewhere. And in my weird mind, I have always felt that when you see how the world is structured, Nigeria is not meant to, and Africa is not meant to thrive. It is what it is. And if Nigeria, with the position that we take or that we bear as the so-called giant of Africa, knowing fully well that we are strategically positioned in Africa in a way that if Nigeria picks up, other African nations will eventually pick up, because almost every nation in Nigeria look up to nations in Africa, look up to Nigeria as the big brother. So the people of those nations, if Nigeria begins to work, definitely Kenyans will question their leaders, definitely Ethiopians will question their leaders, definitely Cameroonians will question their leaders, definitely Malians and other African nations. It's going to be like a ripple effect. So it is important to the powers that be that Nigeria do not work. And those powers that be, in conjunction with evil-hearted leaders in Africa, in Nigeria, came together and formed that satanic cult called APC. And since the advent of that cult, Nigeria has been sinking down lower and lower and lower and lower. It is scary. As I tell my friends, I say it is scary that Nigeria can sink so low that we might even sink lower than oil itself. And nothing will stop. Why? Because a sinking Nigeria is a benefit to the civilized world. Why? Because there's a mass exodus of the best brains of Nigeria out of the country. In fact, there's an exodus. In fact, with the rise of APC, became the rise of the term Japa. I never in my life, I have my elder brother, my brothers are out of the country. I never in my life saw myself living outside Nigeria. I never in my life saw myself. I love Nigeria to a fault. And I believe there are millions of Nigerians like myself that never ever felt to ever leave the country. Why should we leave Nigeria? We have every damn thing. Everything is working. Everything is supposed to be working in that country. We have the best food, the best weather. We have the best people. We are blessed. But this satanic cult struck at the time that, just you'll be working and making money, and the money is not going to you can't even see what you're working for. And this party has been destroying Nigeria for 10 years now. There is nothing you can point to APC and say APC have done for Nigeria. There is not one sector you will point and say APC have developed in Nigeria. Not one. Not education, not healthcare, not security, not the economics, not sports. The common unification of unifying factor of Nigerian sports, not sports. We might not even be going to the next World Cup. Oh my goodness. Under APC, our athletes had to fund themselves. Under APC, I remember a Japanese man that helped pay for Nigerian Olympians under APC. What has worked under this party for 10 years? What can you point to? And they'll tell you, okay, the second Niger bridge. In the space of 10 years, only thing you can point to is a bridge. It is criminal what that party has done to Nigeria. They have destroyed every single thing. I will try, probably in the course of this, hopefully, I will read a number of companies that have left Nigeria under this APC. International brands are leaving the country in droves. Nothing is working. Companies are running away. Small, medium businesses are shutting down. Young ones, our young girls are now into prostitution in the highest number ever. Our young boys are all running into fraud. Those are not into fraud that are depending on 2 odds, 5 odds, 15 odds, betting, gambling. A society where the young one's future, a young man is looking up to gamble as his way out, is a society that is dead. This is the scorecard of APC. I'll tell my story and why I really say no. Now, I was involved in a car accident with my late dad in the year 2020, I think, when 2013, 2014, right? In 2014 when I had an accident. And we had an accident and we were hospitalized. And 2 years plus later, in 2016, the man passed on. This was Nigeria happening to me, personally. And then I hated the health infrastructural system because I saw how bad it was. We had an accident. We were in the hospital by 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Before we could have an x-ray for my dad, it was till 12 in the midnight. This was 2014 under PDP. Before I had an x-ray, 12 midnight. Good have mercy. So if this man had internal bleeding or anything, he would have passed on. But we struggled, and the health system was in shambles under PDP also. But it was even better. It was even better because we witnessed he was bedridden all through the PDP era, all from 2014, then 2015 elections happened, then 2016 when he passed on. And when I went to the hospital, within that year, 2014, 2015, 2016, you could witness how the healthcare system was deteriorating, how it was getting worse and worse and worse, up until when my dad passed on. And I was lucky to have survived. But I visited that because of my experience and my dad's experience. I often visited a hospital, FMC, a federal medical center. So I'm not even saying a federal medical center. I often visited a hospital on my own. I just go there, go to the wards and see 1 or 2 people I could help. And honestly speaking, no. So I'm looking at myself and asking myself, okay, let's see how bad the healthcare was under PDP. And APC came into power in 2015. And let's say APC just said, we won't do anything. Let's just focus on the healthcare. Knowing fully well that the man that came in and we made a president was in the hospital, he was out of government for like a year plus, in and out of hospitals. There was a time he had a stretch of, I think, 8 months or 6 to 7 months, he was not in office. Osibanjo had to take over. Knowing fully well that you yourself, your health liabilities that you had, why couldn't you just fix the healthcare system in that country? Why couldn't you just focus on, let's say you didn't focus on any other thing, focus on just healthcare in that country, help Nigerians. But no, you were flown over from UK to Germany. You enjoyed the best of health and you came back, probably changed some of your organs because you spent a very long time and you came back. Your son had an accident, crashed his bike. They flew him outside to Germany also. In your wicked and your rapt mind, Buhari never thought of fixing even the Asoro clinic, there's no paracetamol in it. And every single year, you guys budget billions of naira. Billions going to Asoro clinic. But there's no syringe. There's no paracetamol in that hospital. Where are those money? The party that accused other people of corruption. You call change. You say change. You came to change Nigeria from bad to worse. And the man that held your hand and took you in, all for his own selfish ambition, rigged himself to power and has been sitting in that office for 2 years plus now. He has also gone for his own medical trip. This time it's not in Germany, to France. He has not even felt it deemed it fit to fix the healthcare system in the country. Now, 2 years plus, there is no hospital in Nigeria that is working. There is still no major hospital in that country that is working. All the hospitals that are working in the country are private. As a Nigerian, with my experience, you are one major element or accident from dying. I say this boldly that 95% of the people that die in Nigeria will survive in any other country. 95% of people that die in Nigeria will survive in any other country. I have a friend when I left and I came and when I left the country, friend, and I came over here. There was a young Nigerian I met. We were in school together, and he shared his story how he collapsed and he was admitted. You need to see the hospital. Nigerians need to stand up. You need to see the hospital in a rural area where this guy was admitted to. He showed me pictures, the intubation and everything that was carried out on him. If that boy was in Nigeria, by now I would have been saying, rest in peace. He was in coma for like 7 days in a working system. And his hospital bill was accumulated to about close to 30,000 euros. To show you amount, because he was in hospital for close to 2 months. That boy did not pay a kobo. Insurance covered it. When he was sharing his story with me and all our schoolmates that lived in the same hospital with him were saying that, Sirdam, this guy na dead man be this, so na dead man, this man die. I dare say if my late dad was not in Nigeria, he would have been alive today. Nigeria has been programmed to kill me and you, to kill its citizens. And in the midst of everything I'm saying right now, these 10 years of hell, everything has collapsed. Everything has collapsed. What you could afford 10 years ago, you can't afford it today in Nigeria. A bag of rice under APC, under PDP was 8,000 naira. A bag of rice today, you can't even afford it. Who is buying a bag of rice today in Nigeria? Back then, you could enter flight. Local flight, 12,000 naira. How much is local? How many people enter flight today in Nigeria? When we say this is like you're speaking about back in, like you're talking, oh, it's so no, just 10 years ago. It's only in Nigeria that things are getting worse. You go to other places, things are changing. When you ask them, they say that they brought locomotive train. Nothing has worked under 10 years with these criminals in power, and still there are still people, young Nigerians, that still support them. There is one I'm going to show you his picture. If you're not on X, you know this. You might not know him, but probably you might have seen his picture trending one way or the other. He's the father of poverty. He's the face of poverty in Nigeria. On X, he's the one that asks people. People were complaining. Why is the price of spaghetti? I used to buy spaghetti. When I was in Nigeria, spaghetti was 100 naira. Was it 80 naira for a pack? I don't know how much it is right now, but people were complaining on the price of spaghetti, and he said, must you eat spaghetti? Are you Italian? These are the guys that support these people. Must you enter Uber? When common things like this are being viewed as luxury, then there's problem in that country. And it's important we begin to shame this set of people. And that's why I'm putting this picture out there I'm giving him global fame of shame. We need to shame these guys. We need to let them understand that it is not normal to be abnormal and think you are normal. With your abnormality, we need to tell you are abnormal. The world needs to understand that people like you are a danger to humanity. How do you in 2025, when the world has evolved to the point of AI right now, everything is artificial intelligence right now. People are thinking of how they'll go to Mars. China are building skyscrapers in every year in hundreds. We are still distributing rice region by region. That is what APC is turning Nigerians into. Beggars. Young Nigerians are online putting out their go just open up your DM. See Nigerians, well-to-do, hard-working Nigerians are begging. They can't even afford to eat. People are looking. What APC have done to that country, what APC have done to Nigeria is a crime against humanity. And it is so painful when I see young Nigerians that still support them. I want to speak to the young Nigerians right now. If you're in your 20s, when I used to host Violence Space before the elections, I always told all my followers this then. I was like, It's very important to understand this. If you're in your 20s, add 8 years to your 20s, you'll be 28. Probably when these criminals are meant to finish their tenure, except Nigerians do something drastic and pursue them out. And if you're 28, you add 8 years, you'll be 36. If you were 36 when Bola Ahmed Tinubu stole that mantle, add 8 years to how old you'll be. This is how Nigerians rob its young of their valuable time and their productive years. When I came to this country and we're hustling, students hustle part-time job. I remember going for a part-time job with my friends. We were working in severe condition, and while we're there hustling, there's this young boy that when he comes in, he drives in, boom. You know, he has beers like me, and I'm like, guy, man, what's up? We got talking and everything, and I asked him, hey, how old are you? And he was like, he's 21. I'm like, wow, really? See the machine he's driving first, and I'm like, wow, that's impressive for a 21-year-old boy. I was like, oh man, come on, man. His wife is home. I'm like, oh. So you're a 21-year-old boy in Nigeria. You think Nigerian government is saying that that's when your life is starting. That's when so many of your mates abroad are settling down. It is not film trick, it is real. Young people in their 20, 21, 22, 24, they are PhD holders. They are lecturers. While in Nigeria, a 40-year-old man in Nigeria, what a 40-year-old man in Nigeria is achieving is probably what a 15 or 16-year-old person in the Western world has achieved. APC has reduced the lifespan of Nigerians drastically, and still the victims of this satanic cult are still with their chains, saying, chain me more, tie me more, BDSM me more. APC. These are the legion of slaves that support them. I want to dive into those people because it's important I expose them and let them know who they are, because many of them don't even know who they are. It might sound controversial, but I'm going to quote this person, a very controversial figure, yeah, Kanye West. And when he made this statement, I don't support everything he says, but I think when even a broken clock is correct once or twice in a day, right? So it's important when people say things, you cherry pick. And I picked one of his statements when he said slavery was a choice. That drew a whole lot of backlash from the black community. How dare you say slavery was a choice? How dare you, Kanye West? How dare you? You can say slavery was a choice. Slavery was never a choice. My people, from my experience in Nigeria with APC supporters, honestly speaking, I can bet you I say slavery was a choice. Slavery was a choice, honestly. Many people willingly agree to go as slaves. Honestly, because you can't tell me those people that their descendants are not alive. I'm seeing them real time. I'm seeing them. Go on X. Go and check every person, all the beggars online, all the beggars on X. 96% of all the beggars on X are all APC supporters. They are shameless. They are begging for urgent 2K, 1K, or gas up for me, make I go, please give me full my account, make I feel bet. They are the scrum of the earth. Hungry looking tattered human beings. Yet, they are supporting APC. They don't even know their basic human rights as human beings. They don't even know what the government is meant to do for them. They will fight me now. You see what I'm saying? They will attack me. How dare you? They'll say, because not be your brother that is it. Not be your brother be president. That is it. They're happy that their brother is president. Hunger is killing them. They have no light. They have no water. They cannot eat. They are dropouts from school. There's no job for them. If car hits them today, they will die that day. If they get bitten by a rabbit-infested dog, they will die the next day. They don't care about all these things. All they care about is that their brother is in power. All they care about is that their religion man is in power. All they care about is that the scums of the earth. And they openly with their chests support this man. And I wonder, and I ask myself, and I used to previously ask myself this question. I asked myself, I was like, no, it's not normal. This is not normal. This cannot be normal. I had to do research for myself. I had to do extensive research, actually. And I know I've shared this with my followers on X, and it might come out comical sometimes when I say this, because but it's my research. I can hit my chance and say that this is true. The descendants of willful slaves are still alive today. They pass it from generation to generation to generation to generation down to this generation. So we're looking for people that willingly say, take me as slave, or I sell my brother for slavery, give me one, this is mirror, they used to sell people, and a bit of gin and gunpowder, all those stuff that was used as transactions for our people back in the days. Their descendants are still alive today. And there's a second set. These are the ones that I know that I can hit my chance and say yes. If you watch a whole lot of Nollywood movies like I did growing up, there's and this please is not shades to ladies that find it difficult with the fruit of the womb. No, this is no shades to them. But if you're an African, you know what I'm saying. If you watch Nollywood, you know what I'm saying. There's this set of ladies that, probably they're looking for a particular gender, or probably they're having issues, struggling, they now go to different deities, consult different deities to seek approval for children, and in the exchange, probably some of them, you bring offerings, you bring a live goat, maybe 2 kola nuts, maybe alligator pepper, all those things they'll ask you to bring, you bring them, schnapp, and at the end, they will do pa, and you get a child, those happen, and it's, some go to the water, some go to native doctors, some, different things. Some go to different ways to seek children. We did in Africa. If you're an African, you know what I'm saying. I asked myself a question. I said, many of those people, when they succeed, those children are alive. They grew up like me and you. They have mobile phones like me and you. They have X like me and you. Instagram like me and you. They are listening to what I'm saying right now. Please, those people, who do you think they will support and vote for today? You can answer that question. But my brothers and sisters, I just say welcome one more time to Emir. I'm sure I've been discussing extensively in my mind about this evil cult called APC and the Legion of Slaves, and trying to wake up Nigerians. Wake up even the slaves, because many of them don't even know they're slaves. And I think with the right education, we can begin to emancipate each and every one of them one by one. It's a hard work, but it's one that has to be done. It's a very difficult work, but it's one that has to be done. I remember my encounter. I'm sharing this life encounters myself so that you can understand that I'm not speaking out of what I heard. It's my personal experience. I was on Tunde Ednot's page. Someone made a post about using pure water to bathe in Lekki Phase 1. A lady, and she was like, I spent a huge amount of money to bathe, to cook, blah, 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 blah. That was pre-elections, 2023 elections. And she made that statement, and I was in the comment section. Innocently, I said, please, Lagosians, I think you guys deserve a change. There is no reason why Lagos, that is sitting on water, does not have pipe-bomb water. If Lagos cannot boast of pipe-bomb water running through every home in Lagos by the government has failed. Because that should be the easiest thing to do. That was my innocent comment. Man, the amount of insult I got on that Ednot's page. Oh God. I said, what did I say wrong? People that you're fighting for. People that are meant to say, hey, that's true. The government has failed. How can APC be in power since from AD to ACN, right, from AD to ACN to AC to APC in Lagos for 25 years? There is no water. That is a project that is a disaster. There is nothing else you can tell me about Lagos. Lagos is a failed project. Lagos under APC is a failed project. If you cannot tell me that there's water that APC have provided in Lagos, that is underneath the soil of Lagosians. And I was insulted by the people that don't have water in their houses in Lagos. How dare you say that? Is it everything you want the government to do? No be your mates they build borehole. No be your mates they build pure water factory. No. I say, my God. No. There's something wrong with these people. Honestly speaking, there is something wrong with these supporters. Honestly speaking, this is slavery. This is modern day slavery. And if nobody's going to talk about it, I have to talk about it. It is important we say these things. Before I left Nigeria, I went to Benin Republic. Oh my goodness. Benin Republic, growing up as a Nigerian, back in Jos, they call it Cotonou. Cotonou, anything they bring like second hand, Cotonou clothes and the rest. Then they'll tell you if you have 10,000 and go to Cotonou, you're a big boy. You shop. You do anything you want to do in Cotonou. I went to Cotonou. First of all, when you're driving, Nigeria is an experiment that has been, that these Nigerians, we need to stand up. Please, let me go back. When you're driving through Lagos from mile 12, I've been on mile 2 to Badagry. You go just jump portal, just jump different portals. The moment you reach Seme border, the moment you cross Seme border, the moment you leave Nigeria, it's like from the air itself, there's a total revamp. It's a total change. When you start driving through the Seme, you see road. If you see road, I was like, what? I did not see one pothole till we got to Cotonou. We got there, and my goodness. To change naira, me we carry naira, enough naira, I carry the come from my pocket. I was like, oh man, it's good. Naira then was exchanging for few naira, I think less than 10 naira above the CFA. And even some places they say this is money up and down. They fluctuate up and down. Where I stayed, I was there for like 3 days, never for one day did my light blink. Constant electricity in Benin Republic. This is just the border from Lagos, so just Lagos to the next country. Benin Republic. I'll post a comment here of someone that is in Benin Republic now. Someone comment. I think I went to Waka Doctor's page on Instagram and I saw that comment. Someone made that comment. He was replying Dele Momodu. When Dele Momodu was saying that if you have 40 million and leave Nigeria, your head is not correct. I said, these men are crazy. These men don't understand what is happening. They think that people are living in Nigeria because of economic. No. Some people just want comfort. Some people just want to be able to wake up and see light. Wake up to sanity. Nigerians want to be able to wake up and walk and not be kidnapped and not be lynched. Nigeria under APC is truly proving to be a failed experiment. And if we don't stand up as a people and chase this satanic cult out of power, honestly speaking, that country, I don't even know what to say. I can't speak bad of the land. And in the course of this whole Emir Sirdam show, I will be exposing a whole lot. I'll be saying a whole lot. You might not like what I say, but probably I'm going to touch your favorites. I will touch your favorites because your favorites needs to be touched. We need to waking up our people. Our people need to stand up. Our people need to wake up. We have been sleeping for a very long time, especially the young ones. Please, Gen Zs, wake up. Wake up. These old men are destroying your future. They have destroyed their future. They are destroying your future. Please wake up and take back your country. Thank you guys for listening to me today on the Emir Sirdam show. It's been, wow, over 40 minutes of talking here. I didn't want to stop because there are a whole lot of things to say about this APC satanic cult that I cannot even stop talking about. These people have destroyed Nigeria, and it's time to tell them, thank you, your time is up, pack your load and leave. As I always tell people on my platforms, if Nigeria do not end APC, APC will end Nigeria. That party is on a mission to destroy that country. The foundation on which that party was built on destruction. They had nothing like governance in plan. We need to stop them. Look at how they have hijacked all the tiers of government today. The judiciary, the legislative, and the federal arm are all hijacked. And none of those arms are working. Arms are meant to check balance each other, are all in the pocket of one person. We're in scary times, my people, and it is important we understand this education needs to pass round. So please, wake up your next man, your next woman. Take this message out. Please, take this message out to the very ends of the earth. Every Nigerian needs to listen to these things we're saying on this platform. I am saying on this platform. Please, this is my own patriotic duty call to Nigerians. Desperate times, as I said in the last episode, calls for desperate measures. I am desperately doing all I can to see how I can wake up one Nigerian. If it's one Nigerian I can wake up, I'll be so happy that I can wake up one Nigerian, especially these slaves. These people in APC are stealing your future away. They do not all want anything good for you. Why do you continue to slave for them? We can do better as a people, and I hope this message reaches out to 1 or 2 people out there and you begin to see things the right way. Government is meant to work for you. The government is meant to be subservient to you. The government is meant to be accountable to you. The government is meant to give you and Nigerians your basic human rights, basic amenities, basic, that's why it's called basic. You can't be providing your light, your water, you're in charge of your security, and you think you're in the country. No, you're in a slave encampment. Wake up, Nigerians, wake up. And with that, I come to the end of today's episode of the Emir Sirdam Show. It's been a wonderful time here, just speaking my mind on this evil cult that I think needs to end its reign in Nigeria, called the APC and its legion of slaves. I hope these slaves wake up to understand that these people you're serving do not care about you. And I say this all the time, if you're a beneficiary of these slaves, probably your dad or your uncle or your aunt is up there, I can understand why you have to be a slave to these guys. But if you don't, if you're not getting $100 million from APC, why you have no business supporting that party? What has Tinubu done for you as a person? What did Buhari do for 8 years? First year, give him time. Second year, give him time. Third year, give him time. Fourth year, let's try him. Let's give him. He was not time enough. He rigged himself back into power. Fifth year, give him time. Sixth year, give him time. Seventh year, give him time. Wasted 8 years under Buhari. Nothing changed. Things only got worse. We're on the same journey with Tinubu. 2 years have gone down the drain. Wasted. Instead, he bought for himself private jets. Bought for himself new yacht. Bought for himself, built a new house for his deputy. Changed his whole fleet of cars. Renovated the Aso Rock. He has been going on vacation to France and across the world. For 2 years, what has he done for you? Are you better off in your healthcare? Has the security improved in Nigeria? Has electricity improved in Nigeria? Do you have drinking water in your country? What is the standard of education in the country today? What is it that he removed? What is happening in the economy today? What has Tinubu done in 2 years that you're slaving for him today? And many of you are already saying 2027, we could vote him again. Man, you guys will die in slavery. Please wake up, please. Please wake up, Nigerians. Thank you, guys. I'm going to shut down right now, I hope. And I said earlier on, please, if you love what you're listening to, I just said right now, follow me on all streaming platforms. We're on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, on X, on Spotify, on Apple Music. We are everywhere trying to make sure this gospel, this message reach the ends of the earth. And just don't follow, listen alone. Share with your loved ones, family, friends, enemies and foes alike, because this message is important. Every Nigerian, listen to it. And I say this again as a challenge to young Nigerians. Please put your phone on and start something like this also. In your little corner, you can even use your language to reach a certain set of people. It is important Nigerians wake up. If Nigerians do not wake up, Nigeria will continue to die. Wake up, Nigerians. Wake up. Until I see you guys next time, this is the Emir Sirdam Show. I had a wonderful time in front of you guys, speaking my mind about the death cult called APC. Hopefully you guys did the same too. God bless you all. Stay safe. Thank you.